All right, and we are live now with your cat's tail on your face. Okay, so where we last left off, um, the party spent the night at the Vistani camp just outside of the village of Barovia. After stocking up on healing potions and supplies, you left the Vistani and headed north and west along the old Svalak Road to Vallaki.
The Phallic Road.
Yes, the Phallic Road. Near the gates of Barovia, you encountered a group of 3 humans with a cart full of wolfers heading down the road. Veryn accosted them a bit, but you eventually let them pass and you continued on your way. Halfway to Vallaki, you spotted a windmill on the top of a hill and were reminded of the deed that you found in the death house. You decided to bypass the windmill for now, eager to get to Ismark and Arena to Vallaki. You also passed by Lake Zarovich, where you saw a man fishing in a boat in a lake as you approached the town. In Vallaki, you rented rooms at the Blue Water Inn, and there you met Rictavio, aka Rudolf van Richten, a man who matched the description given to you to Cruz by Madame Eva. You spoke privately, and Rictavio, who was under the guise of a vibrantly dressed half-elf, removed his hat of disguise and revealed himself to be a human and a vampire hunter. Rictavio revealed some details about the items you were seeking. He revealed that the White Tower in the mountains, where the Tome of Strahd is hidden, may be the guard tower in Zolenka Pass. He also revealed that he knows where the Wizard's Tower on a lake is, as he had a base of operations there, and agreed to lead you to it in the morning. So, at this point, you guys are in the inn. It's probably about 7 o'clock at night. Is there anything that you guys want to take care of in town before you turn in for the night?
We stocked up on healing potions, right?
Yeah.
We have money if that's stocked up.
I think you bought a couple.
Okay, so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I still have that moss agate. The thing is, what's moss agate?
It's a type of stone.
Okay.
I would say it's probably like a semi-precious stone.
Okay.
So you might be able to trade it for something.
I was gonna say like what can I get for that moss agate?
It would depend on who you're trading it with. You got that in the death house?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find out.
Oh yes. In the details it says found in chest B in the haunted house.
Okay. Found in chest B in the haunted house. It looks like you could probably get about 10 gold a piece for them.
Okay, that's not too bad.
If you trade them to the right person.
Okay, pretty good.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do?
I want to go to sleep because I want to kill something in the morning. I want to hit something.
Okay. I believe we had Alina and Cruz that were sleeping in the room, in one of the guest rooms. And then Veryn and Mera were in the stables, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Before we fall asleep, I wanted to see I think her name is the owner, the inn owner of the water inn.
Okay. There are 2. There is, what were their names again? There was the man and the woman. The man was the one that was cooking, and the woman was the one who basically sold you guys the rooms. And they are...
Yeah, the guy was the cook.
Yeah. Where is my inn? There it is. They are... Mardukov. Danica is the woman, Danica Mardukov, and Erwin Mardukov is the man. But their family owns the inn.
That's right. That's right.
Who do you want to talk to?
Donica.
Danica? Okay. So you go downstairs, and she's just kind of hanging out near the bar, just helping clean up. And the tables are still pretty full of people, so she's just going around serving them and helping them out.
I just wanted to speak with you real quick. Since we're new, I wanted to ask questions about the town and feel like an inn would know the best stuff management.
Okay, what questions do you have about the inn? Or the
Well,
town as well?
I also wanted to know about you. So I remember her like glaring at me for saying crow, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. That's true.
Like, oh yeah, well, how is your family like from here by any chance?
And she says, "Yeah, my family has grown up in this area for a long time. My husband and my sons here, we run the inn. My husband's father runs the Wizard of Wine's winery near Kresk. But our family has been here for quite some time."
Gotcha. And I whisper a little, like, Mira's gonna whisper just like, and Strahd.
I didn't hear what you said. What?
Oh, do you know
Stage
anything
whisper,
about
stage
Strahd?
Do we know anything about Strahd? Uh, of course, she just kind of. Whenever you mention the name, like it's kind of one of those things where like people don't want to talk openly. It's like calling down the devil upon you. So she just kind of just doesn't really respond too much, but she's just like, "What would you like to know?" What do you say?
I said, oh, that's a good question. Well, I guess since you guys been here, like, I guess I would be nervous that to like have the family here. Like, have you guys ever tried like leaving or like with the Vistani by any chance or?
She says, "The Vistani, they're the only ones who can leave, and it would be going against Strahd's will to bring anybody or any of us Barovians out of the town. Strahd keeps us here, and the Vistani cannot disobey him."
What about the ravens? I've heard about that. There's, and I whisper even lower, Ravenkind by any chance? Like, do you know anything about that? Where ravens actually?
Uh, no, they're different though. I can see where that they probably look alike. She just says that is an interesting myth, and just kind of laughs a little bit.
Inside check.
Go ahead.
That is 15. 15, yes.
She just kind of it's obvious that she doesn't necessarily want to say anymore, but she knows more.
And are there still people in the inn right now? Is it just us two, or are there other people?
No, there's just random people in the inn. The inn seems considerably busier at night than it was during the day.
Mm.
So they're just random people at the tables.
Okay. I think I'm like, well, it was nice talking to you. Have a good night.
She says, "Good night, dear," and just gives you a small wave. Anybody else want to do anything before the night's up?
No.
Sleep.
Yeah,
Sleep? Okay. So you
And
guys
then,
would.
like sit awkwardly on the roof for a few hours once I wake
Okay.
up because no one else is awake.
Okay, so are you going to bed with everyone else, or are you going to, are you going to go to bed first and then wake up later and then go
Yeah.
sit on the roof?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
Okay.
sleep with everyone and then just wait until everyone else wakes up on the roof because I'm normal. Yeah, I'm gonna get my early morning calisthenics in, do some yoga on the roof. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do some yoga on the roof
Okay, after you wake up or before you go to bed?
after I wake up.
After you
Fight
wake up.
me!
Okay, so you all turn in for the night. Veryn and Mira are in the stables. Veryn's doing her 4-hour meditation. Everybody else, Alina and Cruz, are in the one of the guest rooms. In the guest room next to you is Mark and Irina, and they both retired pretty early. They were very, very exhausted from the journey.
Are we gonna get paid from them?
They paid for your inn rooms. I don't think that there was payment. Well, there wasn't actually payment discussed originally. They asked you for help, and you decided to help them. You never said anything about getting paid for it. They did, however, willingly give you like half their silverware, their spoons and stuff. So,
We weren't using it anyway.
so they got a little bit of payment, and they're paying for like 2 nights of your rooms.
I guess.
Okay, so as you all find your evening rest, Veryn, you wake up about 4 hours after your meditation. Everybody else is still very much asleep. Um, but you do notice that you hear a raven call from outside your window, which is kind of weird for this time of night. You wait a moment and you hear a couple more calls, almost like they're kind of having a conversation. A few more moments pass, and you hear a few more calls joining them, and this time they sound frantic. And there's probably about almost a dozen ravens that you can hear now that are crying to each other somewhere outside the inn. What would you like to do? And you do notice also that you guys are in the stables. There are like about 6 or so ravens that are kind of sleeping in the stables with you guys, and they do wake up when they start hearing those calls, and they do start to get agitated as well.
I'm gonna like hold my arm out to one, like, yo, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, animal talk.
Oh yeah.
Call back to the room.
Okay. The one that you hold your hand out to just kind of it kind of flutters its wings for a moment and ignores you, and it goes to there's like these half windows that are in the side of the stables, and they're latched shut right now, and it starts pecking at the latch like it's trying to unlatch the window. And at this point, okay, and at this point, Mara, you are also awakened by the noise because these ravens are starting to caw frantically. You unlatch the window, and do you open it?
How big is the window?
It's probably about, I would say, maybe like 1.5 feet, like this wide. It's a very small, like little half window. Mostly,
So
it looks like it's designed mostly to allow the. Huh?
So Veryn cannot fit through it.
It depends on how thin you are. If you can suck it in, squeeze through, you can try and make a dexterity check to see if you can actually squeeze through the window.
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah, it looks like it's mostly designed just to be open so that the birds can fly in and out during the day.
Right. I'm gonna open it and try and squeeze out of it and onto the roof to see, like, what's going on out there.
Okay. As soon as you open it, all the ravens that are inside with you fly out, and you can hear the immense cacophony of dozens upon dozens of ravens that are screeching somewhere above the inn. Make a dexterity check to see if you can squeeze out the window. Keep in mind, however, that the window you're on like the second floor, and there's nothing beneath you. So if you're going to squeeze through it, how are you going to climb up? You're going to try and climb up to the roof?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with Veryn too. But
I'm gonna try and just like propel myself using just like.
Wait, I did. Okay, yeah. Let me do that dexterity check.
Okay, yeah. Both of you make dexterity checks.
That's an 11.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna use.
Make it out the window, but you fall on your ass.
I'm gonna activate Radiant Soul actually to like use my wings, but after I jump out.
Okay, well, first see if you can squeeze through the window. Do a dexterity check.
10.
10. Okay, neither of you can fit through this window. But I would like to both of you to make perception checks.
All right. Wow, worse.
I got a. God, I can't do fucking math. 23.
Good,
Okay.
I got a 9.
Wow, for Veryn, that's weird. Okay, so you both try to squeeze out this window. Veryn, you just don't even get halfway, and you just kind of sit back. As you try to go through the window after her, while you're trying to squeeze through, you look up and you see, you can see a moonlit, like cloudy sky. Like you can't see the moon itself, but it's clearly illuminating a good portion of the sky, and you see what looks like a dark cloud move in front of it.
Oh shit.
And the raven caws start getting even more frantic.
Oh shit.
Can I run out the like? Is there a door I can run out of? Like,
you are kind of on this.
Is there a door?
Yeah,
No,
there. If you go, yeah, basically you guys are kind of on this You're on the Raven loft. You're in this loft area, and there is a stair. There's a ladder that goes down to the first floor, and there's the main double doors in the front of the stables, and then there's like 2 side doors that are in between these stalls.
Which would let me out the fastest? So
It depends. They're all pretty much equidistant, but they're all currently like locked and latched from the inside.
Okay, I will go I guess the door's on the side.
Door on the side. Okay.
Mhm.
Are you following her, Veryn?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you both head downstairs, down the ladder, and you're about to head out through the door from the side when you hear a loud thump against the main double doors at the front of the stables, almost like something heavy has thrown itself against it. And then you
The
hear it
doors
again. Huh?
Open inward. Do the doors open inward or outward?
They were open inward, but they are currently there's like a board over them.
Mira?
Can I use a perception check to hear, like, if I hear anything? Besides the...
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
May I hide?
Sure. Where would you like to hide? You're basically, there is like the main middle area that's open, and then you've got the stalls to the side, so you could probably either hop over the wall of one of the stalls.
I'm going to hide as close as I can to the door while being able to see what comes through it.
The front door? Okay.
Yeah.
I would say that if
I
you
got
just
a
hop...
21.
Got a 21? Okay. I would say that you can just hop over into... There's the stall towards the front that has Drusilla, that's Victavio's horse in it. And then there's another empty stall on the other side. And you could probably hop over one of those and just hide right behind it.
All right, I'm going to go into the empty one.
The empty one? Okay. So you're basically positioned on the right side of the main doors.
Yep. And I guess Mira, so just come with me.
Okay.
Okay. And Mira, with your perception check, you hear, at this point, you hear Drusilla starting to stomp and snort. She's clearly disturbed. You see her eyes kind of rolling with fear. And you hear what sounds to be a couple growls come from outside. And again, another heavy thing slams against the front door, and you see the door shudder.
Ooh, I'm gonna prepare myself and hold on to my rapier. Shit, like
I would like to hold an action to attack whatever comes through that door if it goes for any of the horses or me or Mira.
Okay. At this point, actually before this started happening, when all the ravens are starting to pick up, Cruz and Alina, you also wake up in the middle of your sleep, and you just hear the cacophony of ravens outside of your windows.
If I look out the window, do I see the
Make a perception check.
Also, should Mira and I roll stealth?
You should if you're hiding. Yeah, Mira, you're hiding as well?
yes.
Okay.
Wow.
That was the 6.
Okay.
I'll make a perception check too.
12.
I'm trying. I'm like, what's going on?
I rolled a 12. No.
I rolled an 11.
Mine was a 13.
Oh my god, you guys. Okay. Alina and Cruz, you open your window and you can just see, you don't really see anything in the darkness. You see kind of the moonlit cloudy sky, but nothing's in front of it currently. But you do hear the ravens that are just cawing like crazy, and the fluttering of wings.
Is that like outside? Like
It's outside.
Okay, so would the barn be located outside a window or like on the other side of the inn?
It is on the opposite side of the inn. You guys are towards the front of the inn. The stables are at the back.
Okay,
I'm gonna go ahead and say we should go to the stables to get them.
but like sneakily,
Sneakily.
just in case there's an actual werewolf.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, God, yeah.
Because
Okay,
we're
so you-
inside and they're hearing something from the outside and we're outside.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, we should stealth it.
Okay, so how are you guys? Are you guys just gonna go outside down the stairs?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You head out. The stairs that go up to your guest rooms are actually on the outside of the building. They're like right next to the front door. So you head down the stairs and you round the building towards the back. And then as you're getting to the back end of the stables,
I
you
have my
see.
axe out, by the way.
Okay. You do see the massive cloud of ravens, and they fly off about 15 or so feet, and you see them collide with another cloud of flying things. And
Can I make out what the other cloud of flying?
I will let you make it. I will let you make another perception check because you guys are rolling so terribly.
I got not a natural, but I got a 20.
You see a massive swarm of bats, and the ravens immediately collide with them, and they just start this huge aerial battle right above the inn, or just like not right above the inn, but like a little bit off.
I'm just gonna like whisper over to like who's like. I think this is like a vampire thing.
Maybe it's a vampire thing. I don't know. Okay.
You
mean there's land of vampires?
There's a shit ton of vampires.
That's it. Okay. As Cruz and Alina, as you round the corner towards the back of the stable, sneakily. Yeah. Oh, did you guys roll stealth already?
We sure didn't.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll stealth.
20.
I have
Nice.
disadvantage, so I have to sacrifice this nice. Ooh.
Why do you have disadvantage? What do you-
Because of my thing, my mail, my scale.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
yeah,
that's right.
So I got a 6.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, your 20, Alina, helps you a little bit, except for the fact that Cruz is just there clunking along behind you. But you round the back of the inn, and you see two massive humanoid beasts that are beating down the the front doors of the stables. And right when you see them, they break through the stables. And everybody roll initiative.
Ooh, that's not great.
Wow.
I got a 15.
I am screaming. What is happening?
11.
11.
I got a 16. 16.
13.
And who got 16? That was Alina?
Yeah, I got a 16.
All right, let
My
me
God.
roll initiative for all these folks.
Holy shit.
Oh, damn, that's a natural 20 for one of them.
No.
I was trying to get the highest, guys. I promised to go and save you.
Uh-huh. All right. And in addition to the two massive hulking, there's two of them, that massive hulking humanoids that are bursting down the stable doors. You see two great black wolves kind of a little ways behind them. And
I want to make friends with
and
them.
they both turn and look at Cruz because you're making so much noise.
Shit.
So then fire with one and
I'm just big bodied. I don't know.
yep. Okay, so first up,
Kind of just shimmying through the scale mail. Just
yes.
Making it happen.
Okay, so first up, you do see the first werewolf come through the front door, and he pauses a moment to about 10 feet in to kind of sniff around. He does see the horse, but does not necessarily go for the horse. Instead, he's just going to make it a perception check
and
to
see
see.
both of us.
Mm-hmm. And I do believe, actually, let me double check this because I think they actually get advantage on smell checks. But let me just double check this to be sure.
Make sure you have your
Um,
character.
Yes, he does. Okay, then I'm gonna roll twice. All right.
It's fine. Good luck. Good luck hitting me. She said.
Okay, so that is a 17
So he sees us
perception.
both.
Well, fuck.
He doesn't see you. He smells you,
That too. I'll take
and
that.
immediately turns to the side.
You guys ran, man.
And yeah,
It's
Turn-
Meta's perfume.
he turns to the side and doesn't climb over the wall. He just bursts through the front gate of that's holding the stall closed, and he is going to try to attack Veryn.
That's rude. Does my action trigger?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a strike since you were holding it.
Here we go. Wow, that's a nat 1. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
It is startling. Its size
Yes.
and strength was startling.
You go
Yes.
to throw a punch fall on your fucking face.
Rude.
With a nat 1, I mean,
That's fair. I'm a monk.
are you sure?
All right. So you attempt to strike out at it, but you were just so startled when it just burst through the gate that you actually punch the gate instead of the wolf itself. All right, and it's going to roll an attack against you. It's going to try and claw you.
Can it not?
We'll see. Let's see. That is a 10.
No, it cannot.
All right, it tries to strike at you, and it has the same problem. It's a very tight quarters, and with the gate kind of burst open, it just ends up hitting the gate instead of you because the gate's kind of in between the two of you. All right, so that's it for that turn. Next is Alina.
Oh, I'm gonna like go into a rage immediately.
Yes. So you were stealthing, and then all of a sudden you just start screaming, and these wolves don't really know what to make of you. All right, where do you want to move?
I'm just gonna growl back at the wolves.
Okay. The closest one to you is about. You can probably get to the one that's about 30 feet away.
Yeah, 30 feet is my walking speed, so I'll walk to it. I already did my bonus action to rage, so I'm going to do my action. I'm gonna hit it with my great axe.
Okay.
That's it's a 14.
That's a 14. That hits.
Yes. Okay. 1d12. I know how to do. Oh, that's not bad. That is a 9.
9 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. On werewolf, or no, on wolf number 1, or dire wolf number 1.
That's
All right. Okay. Next up is Cruz.
How far is Direwolf number 2 away from me?
From you, let's see, 10, 20, 30, about 40 feet.
Cool. Then I'm going to walk up 30 feet, and I'm going to use lightning lure.
Ooh, nice. Okay, do you have to roll to hit for that one, or is that automatic?
It's they have to make a strength save.
Strength save. Okay, so this is for.
automatically hits, but they can like take half damage. Is that-
Yeah.
Okay.
If they save, sorry, if they save, they take.
That is a 20.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Well, he does not get pulled to me.
Okay, but still
and
takes half damage.
Let me see. No, it's not within 5 feet of me, so nothing happens.
Oh,
Okay.
but it's pretty impressive looking. You see, you just have this lightning whip that just kind of flashes out in the darkness, illuminates everything around you very briefly. And as it illuminates everything, you do see kind of scattered, kind of scattered on the ground. You do see some dead ravens and dead bats, just the bodies of them.
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, by the way, there's like 5 other direwolves.
Not quite.
Not
Right.
yet.
Is that everything you want to do with your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Next up is Veryn.
May I mount the wolf?
Melt the wolf.
Melt?
Mount to the
I want to
werewolf.
like Legolas style swing up onto it.
It's a werewolf, but you can try.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
All right.
Like, what would that be?
That would be, I would say acrobatics.
All right, here we go. That's a 16.
16. Let's see. What would I roll? I guess I would roll dex against it to see if it can bucks you off. Okay, no, it's not going to be able to. So yeah, you actually do swing and actually get on top, your legs around this werewolf's neck.
All right, was that my move, action? What was that?
I would say that was a movement.
All right, so I'm going to unleash boom boom on it. 2 attacks.
2 attacks.
So okay. That's 15 to hit.
Okay. And hang on 1 second. 15. That does hit.
All right, it takes. Hold up. As I drop all of my dice everywhere.
And you're striking it with your fists?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
7 damage. 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. As you strike it with your fists, you notice that it doesn't even phase it. It feels nothing.
Oh shit!
Okay.
You got that spoon with you?
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try again because I don't think I really have time to pull out a dart.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
I assume that hits.
It does hit.
It takes 9 damage, question mark.
And again, you pummel it as hard as you can, and it doesn't even feel it.
Okay, I shout, like, I just shout to the rest of the group, like, cut it.
Oh, by the way, Solani, an extra 2 points of damage to that dire wolf. I keep forgetting to add that from my rage.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's 11 points of
My
damage.
axe is a strength-based weapon, right? My axe.
Yeah, your great axe should be. Yeah. Cool. All right, anything else you want to do, Veryn?
I believe that is all I can do.
Okay, next up is Mira.
Okay, and I assume the werewolf is within 5 feet.
Yeah, you guys are in pretty cramped quarters, so it's right by you.
You cornered yourself into us.
Kinda, yeah. You got Veryn on one side and the wolf on the other side.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use a sneak attack and try and fuck up this werewolf as best as I can.
All right, what are you attacking with?
With my rapier.
Rapier, okay.
And that is a 16.
16 does hit.
Yes. Okay. Christ, please. Okay. So then, if that is the case, 1d8. Oh shit. Like 11. So, what's 8 plus 7?
15? Yeah, 15.
Plus
And that
3.
does hit. But again, a question. Is your rapier silvered or magical? You notice that it does not even pierce its hide.
Take your spoon out.
Moment of bonus action to take out my spoon.
Dog his eyes out.
I will allow you that bonus action to break out your spoon. Do you want to move anywhere? Because right now you are kind of backed into a corner.
Fuck. Yeah. Like near the door? Well, no, because I guess the other wolf is like right by the door, right?
You can kind of skirt around the werewolf. If you try to move away, move out of melee range, it will get attack of opportunity on you. And then the other werewolf is at the front door.
Nah, I'm gonna stick with Veryn because I don't want to run away.
Stay where you are? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is werewolf number 2 that just burst into the front door. This one, seeing the first werewolf has got both of you kind of cornered, is actually going to run to the back of the inn. 1, 2, 3. And you see it open a door and go through the door.
No, I fucking do it. Shit. I'm like, can we rewind real fast? No.
So 10, 20, 30. So it is right there. All right. And next up is, let's see, direwolf number 1, which is the one attacking Alina. It's going to attempt to bite you. And it does get advantage because there is another wolf within 5 feet of it.
Yeah.
That sucked. Okay. That was a terrible advantage. So that's going to be 11 to hit.
Nope.
All right, you managed to kind of block its jaws with the side of your great axe, and it just snaps at you. And next is direwolf number 2, which is the one where Cruz is, and it's going to attack Cruz, and again, it's going to get advantage because it's right next to the other wolf. That was another shitty advantage. Oh my god, that's so bad.
At the same time, it never works.
That's a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Oh jeez, same thing. Are you fighting with your axe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same kind of thing. You're just blocking its jaws with your giant axe, and it's getting incredibly frustrated.
Get fucked.
All right, next up is going to be werewolf number 1, which is the one in the stall with you guys. And
my friend.
yes,
There's
your dear
3
friend.
werewolves?
There's
Did
2
we
werewolves and
notice-
2 direwolves.
Did we notice the werewolf go into the inn?
Oh yeah, yeah. You were basically rounded the corner right as they burst through the door, so you definitely saw them.
Okay.
Okay, so werewolf number 1 is going to attempt to bite you again. Oh no, it's going to attempt to claw you.
Which, me? Okay.
Veryn, sorry. Yeah, Veryn. That is going to be a 10 to hit.
No.
Oh my god. Again, it's just gnawing at that gate that's kind of basically blocking it from you.
Yeah. Wait, aren't I on top of it?
Oh, that's right, you are.
Yeah.
In that case,
It's just
did I
having
say...
a bad time.
Yeah, it just tries to swipe at you, but it can't do anything. You're just riding it like a fucking bronco at this point. Alright, next up is Alina.
Okay, so I'm going to use my bonus to go into a frenzy.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to. Does my rage end early if I don't hit anything in this turn? Does it end early, or is it just like after I do rage?
Oh, that's a good question. I actually
Think
do
you
not...
have to deal or take damage to make
Yeah, I believe
But
so.
do I have to do it in every turn? Or is it just the first turn after I do my rage?
every turn, I think.
Let me just double check that real quick. Rage. I miss having my laptop. 48. Because it was super easy.
Last turn.
Alright, so...
Oh yeah, no, it says your rage ends early if you're knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature.
Or been attacked, okay. Taking damage.
Okay, so is this
Yeah,
so
so-
I'm going to if I leave, it's gonna get an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah, because you're moving out of melee range.
Okay, so I'm going to attack it with my action. Bonus action, frenzy, attack it with my action.
Okay.
That's gonna be, bitch. That's gonna be, 23.
Oh, that hits, definitely.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
Destroy that, please.
And that's gonna be, it's gonna be an 11 again. Oh wait,
Plus your rage?
what is the 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
13?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then I'm going. Oh, okay. It's gonna get an attack of opportunity. I'm going to go towards the inn. How far away is it?
I have a silver short sword you can take.
You have a what?
I have a silver short sword you can take.
Oh, okay. You should just kind of like throw it.
Yeah.
So, Lena, you got the werewolf that went toward the end?
Yeah, I'm going
Okay.
to go get it.
Okay, so you're tossing her your short sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I grab it
And
as
then...
a
Yeah,
free
the end is only like 15 feet. The front of the end is like only like a 15 feet away from you. So
action?
yeah,
Okay,
you can.
I can. Okay.
Do you want to use your full movement to get to where Veryn is?
But I'm gonna go towards the werewolf in the inn.
Oh, the one that actually went through the door. Okay.
From-
And you're using your full movement.
yeah, 30 feet.
Okay. Okay. So he's Direwolf's gonna get an attack opportunity. That is 13.
No.
Nope. It just snaps at you. You were just too fast for it. And then you had, let's see, 10, 20. Is your movement 30 feet or more?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. So you get about halfway through the stables. So Lena is there.
Even if I wasn't. So if the inn is here and we came out the front and the stable is here, then they came through the inn in the back, just like a whole circle.
No, they basically came. You guys came around the other side. You don't know what direction they came from because they were already at the back door when you guys got there. So you don't know exactly where they came from. But they're going straight through the middle of the stables, and the stables are about 40 feet long. And from where you are right now, you can get about halfway there through the
Okay,
stables.
Okay.
Okay, so you're kind of in the middle of the room right now.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's it. Oh, can I cash the short sword with like a free action? Can I just?
I figured that you can probably catch it. Yeah, you should be fine.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool. Thank
yeah.
you. I appreciate
All right.
it.
Yeah, it should. At this point, you should be able to catch a someone tossing something from 5 feet away from you. If it was longer, it'd be one thing, but you guys are literally like next to each other.
Let me see if I can manage my weapons. I don't know what the damage is.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me double check. It's just a regular short sword damage. It's just silvered, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a plus anything. So yeah, it should be. Is that 1d6? I think
Mm-hmm.
for short swords, something like that. Okay, so Cruz, you were up. Okay, Cruz, you were up.
All right, I'm gonna use Arms of Hadar. Wait, no, wait. How close are the wolves to me?
You have 2 wolves within 5 feet of you.
Cool. I'm gonna use Arms of Hadar, and they both have to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, what is that? That's freaky.
Creepy as fuck.
I invoke the power of Hadar, the Dark Hunger.
That's a natural 3 and a natural 1. Holy
Ooh.
crap.
Delicious.
Okay. Well, the 1
Alright.
fails automatically. The 3, that would be for the dart. We said a strength save. That's a 6.
Yeah. That's not gonna do it.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
They both take 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions until their next turn.
Oh my god. Holy
So
crap.
that's a 3 and a 1. So not incredible, but it's something.
So, okay, so 4, both take 4 damage?
Yes.
4 damage, 28. Okay.
And I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use my bonus action to do my my blood curse of mutual suffering.
Oh.
And I have to link with a creature within 30 feet for up to 1 minute, and the next time they do damage to me, does the bite count as a weapon?
Oh,
Does
the
it-
bite? Yeah, it's like 'cause it's
I
duck
w-
damage.
Yeah, I would say anything that's gonna, any kind of attack.
Piercing
Okay.
damage.
Then the next time they deal damage to me, they're gonna take half that damage in necrotic damage.
Okay. And which wolf, is it one creature?
Yeah, one creature.
Okay, so which dire wolf do you want to do it on?
The one that bit me, that tried to bite me.
Okay, so that's dire wolf number 2. So that one is linked to you.
Yeah, I feel like these guys are not rolling well today.
I roll shitty all the time, so you should get used to it. That's why I throw all these things at you, because I know that half of them are gonna miss. So I'm just like, I gotta do more.
That's fair.
Like these 4 werewolves, maybe 2.
I know. Maybe one will hit. We'll see. Okay, next up is Veryn.
Okay, I am on top of a werewolf. And the other werewolf is already through the door to the hotel.
Yeah, it's already gone through the back door. It's like right on the other side of it.
Okay, Alina, you got this?
Yeah.
All right.
She's
I'm
not
going.
even like, she's just going.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and. Can I pull out my fork?
Yes.
I pull out my fork. What action is that?
It's just, I would say it's free action. It doesn't
Okay.
cost you anything to pull out a fork.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. I only have one fork. So
Do you have a
I'm just,
knife at least?
what?
Do you have a silver knife at least?
Uh,
Like the
hold
butter
on.
from the
Yeah,
silver
to be
one?
honest, the fork is probably more effective than the knives,
Yeah.
because they were like butter knives.
Oh, okay.
Like, I have one fork, which means I'm assuming I can take like. Okay. I can take one attack basically.
Okay.
Because I have one fork and 2 hands, so I'm just gonna take an attack.
All right.
That's a total of big. 22.
That definitely hits.
Okay. Well.
I would say just do like 1d4.
Okay. It can take 8 fork damage.
Do how much?
8.
8 at 1d4?
Oh, is it just the D4 and not the Dex as well?
Yeah, because it's an
Okay,
improvised
then
weapon. Okay,
It can
3.
take 3 fork damage.
3 fork damage. So you do finally, you flip out your fork and you jam down and you actually hit it in one of its eyes. And you see it just kind of, it roars back, and it kind of, make a dexterity check to see if you can actually stay on it, because it's basically just rears back in pain.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, yeah, you just grab onto it and just hold on to it for dear life. So that was 3 points of damage it took from that fork. Do you want to move anywhere? Or you want to stay on top of it?
I'm going to maintain my grapple, question mark? I don't know, man, yeah.
you're just riding it at this point. So you're just gonna you're maintaining your balance. Okay, you're gonna stay where you are. Pretty much, yeah. You're riding it like a bull. All right. Next up is Mira.
Okay, two questions.
Mhm.
One, how long? Like, can we tell like what time it is at night?
It is probably about midnight at this point.
Okay. Okay, and my second question is: would Radiant Soul? Would that be an action?
Oh, good question. I think it's. I want to say it's bonus, but that is a good question.
It
Oh,
should
it's not.
say when you go to action or bonus
Yeah.
action, it should say what you can do.
Yeah, in your.
I think Radiant Soul is an action.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah, it's an action.
Okay.
Okay. Shit. Fuck. Oh.
Fuck a damn.
Could I throw like some ball bearings at like Veryn? Like, catch.
Face the ball bearings.
You're gonna try and throw ball bearings at her, like a handful.
Yeah, well, because I was gonna I wanted to like throw my bag, and then like I was gonna use Radiant Soul to like zoom out of here to like after the werewolf that went into the inn.
Okay. But you're gonna try to throw ball bearings because I would say Veryn would have to try and make a dexterity check with disadvantage because trying to grasp at a bunch of ball bearings is not gonna work very well.
Wait.
Ah,
Oh,
shit.
that's fair. Okay.
Are you throwing the ball?
And she's on the back of a
You're like-
bucking werewolf.
Yeah, from like bear to catch, but
It's fine.
it's already I trust you, Veryn. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it.
Okay, make a dexterity check with disadvantage.
That one.
So you throw them at her and they just pelt her in the face. You don't actually take any damage, but yeah, that was just.
I swallow one.
I showed
I'm like, I'm sorry, and then I'm just gonna use Radiant Soul, and I'm gonna like try and get out of there as close to the door as I can to catch up.
Okay. Since you're going to be moving, zooming past the werewolf, it's going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
That's okay.
Okay. And God, that's a nat 2. So that is. Oh my God, this is so bad. That's a
The worst
6.
damage that has been done to us is by each other.
Yes. That's a 6. So no, it just swipes at you as you go, but it's clearly distracted by Veryn just on top of it.
And I'm flying out of here.
Okay, you're flying out and you're going where? You're going towards the
I'm
far
on
door?
where- yeah, to where the
Where the wolf? Okay, so if you're flying, let's see, 10, 20. Your flight speed is what? 30?
Yeah. Yeah, 30.
30? Okay. You basically just zoom right past Alina, but you're still about a little over halfway through the room.
Okay. And then, do I see the wolf?
At this point, yeah, the wolf is just beyond the doorway, so you do see it.
Okay.
Or the werewolf, yeah. Okay, anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
All right, next up is werewolf number 2, which is going to continue his journey through the back of the inn. Where's my other inn map? And yeah, you just know he disappears down a hall. You don't know where exactly it goes at this point. So that one is zoomed out of there. Next up is direwolf number 1, one of the ones that is flanking Cruz. It gets advantage. It's going to try and attack you, and it gets advantage.
Because
the
we
other-
both went up after one werewolf, but we left them both like.
I know. Poor Cruz and Veryn are just like, what the hell, guys? All right, that is 11 plus. That's a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and that's 2d6 plus 3 bite damage. That is a 7. So you get 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And Veryn, the werewolf didn't actually hit you at any point, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
That was Direwolf 1.
That was direwolf 1. Now, second wolf. Gonna do the same thing. They were just both snapping at you since you're there by your lonesome. That is plus 5, 13 to hit.
Cool, he has to take half of that.
He has to take. Oh, that's right. Yeah, but it does hit.
Oh no, no, oh god, yeah, no, that doesn't hit. Just kidding.
That doesn't hit. Okay. Um. All right. So it snaps at you, but is unable to attack you. You block it again with your great axe. And we're back up to werewolf number 1 that is getting very intimate with Veryn.
Hot.
It is going to actually try to buck you off of it.
Rude.
I'm gonna treat this. Let's see. Let's do a contesting strength roll.
Strength? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It basically is just gonna grab you and just try to
That's
throw
a
you.
natural 20.
Oh my god. All right, it tries to just buck you off, and you just cling to it like yeah, like a barnacle. You're just like ah. Oh wow. All right. In that case, it sees Alina and Mira, and it's kind of frustrated with where it is in this tiny little stall, so it's actually going to move out of the stall with you on top of it. And it can only do about half movement because he's got you on top of it, but it's going to move into the hall. So right now, the werewolf number 1 with Veryn on top of it is kind of right next to where Alina is, and it's going to stop there because that's as far as it can move with you on it. Yay!
Hey,
Next,
what's up?
next up is Alina.
If I move, how far away? If I move my 30 feet, can I catch up to the werewolf?
No.
Do that dash,
Yeah.
my girl.
Yeah.
Unless you double move.
If I dash, will I be able to get to it?
Let's see. Let me consult my other map.
That's 60 feet.
So it's going to move out here, out, so 10, 20, 30. Yeah, you do catch up with it, and you see that it manages to get out of the hallway and through a door that leads into where kind of the area behind the bar. It like goes through the storage area with all the wine barrels, and you catch up to it right where it is, right behind the bar.
Okay, so can I attack it? Am I close enough to attack it?
Well, you've used your action to dash.
Bonus action. I can attack with bonus action because I'm frenzy.
Do you have to make an attack with your action in order for that to work?
I don't think so.
Is it?
Because it says... Hold up. Bonus action.
It just says you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Then go ahead and roll an attack against that, and that is...
That's gonna be a 14.
14 hits.
Yes. Okay.
And what are you attacking it with?
I'm hitting it with my silver short sword that Cruz kindly gave me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cruz, you're the real MVP. Let me. That's not too bad. That's gonna be. It's a short sword strength, right? Strength weapon.
I believe so. I think it's actually versatile, but let me just... we'll go ahead and say yes, because any weapon is a strength-based weapon if you press hard enough.
So it's gonna be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage to werewolf number 2. And again, it is shocked that you managed to hurt it, and it turns around, swings around, and sees you with the silver sword, and it just starts growling at you.
Growl back.
All right.
Rage.
Next up is Cruz.
All right, I'm going to just swipe at Direwolf 1 with my great axe.
Direwolf 1 with your great axe. Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
That is 16 to hit.
All right, that hits.
Cool. Nope, wrong dice. And that is 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. That one is looking pretty beat up. It is not happy.
You're welcome. I loosened it up for you.
All right. Do you want to move anywhere? Or you want to stay where you are?
I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay. And next up is Veryn.
Hi. So how's the one I'm on looking?
It's looking annoyed that he can't get you off of it,
Okay.
but other than that, it's fine.
May I use my free hand to jam my thumb into the eye socket.
Ooh.
And then when it opens its mouth to howl, jam the fork down its throat.
Oh my god, that's nasty. All right. Go ahead and roll an attack.
All right, here we go. Wow, that's shitty. 14.
14 hits.
Okay.
And roll another d4 damage for the fork.
It takes 3 more fork damage.
Oh man, it is choking on this fork, and you actually get like the tender roof of the mouth, and
I
it's
will
just like,
let go
oh.
of the fork so I can leave it in there.
Okay, you're just gonna leave it in there. All right.
Yep, I will let go of the fork.
All right. So it's another 3 damage to werewolf number 1. All right. And do you want to stay where you are? Still writing it?
Yep.
Okay. Next up is Mira.
Okay, so especially since I see Elena has that covered, I'm going to run
back.
or I guess I'm going to fly up to where Irina and her brother are.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long do your wings last? Do they last like 10 minutes or what is it?
They last.
A minute.
Or 1 minute?
It's
Yeah.
1 minute, then it's 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 1 minute.
Okay. So which way are you going to fly? Because you basically have the door that Alina and the other wolf went through that goes into the inn, or you can fly out the side doors and go outside and around the building.
Do I know which way would take me closest to the room?
I would say you would know that with wings, you can get up to the second floor faster if you fly outside.
Okay, I'm going to fly outside.
Okay. Then let's see. That would be 10. And are you doing double movement? Or are you just gonna
Yeah, I'm going to do double movement.
Okay. And it was 30, right?
Yes.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, I would say that you can get to the point where you are just outside of your room, or not your room, Cruz and Alina's room. So you can get to just outside of their window. On your next turn, you could probably get to the other side of Irina and Esmark's room, or you could just go inside the door, but you won't be able to get to them this round.
Okay.
Okay, so that is Mieta. Next up is werewolf number 2. Since you caught up with him, he's going to turn around and attack Alina. And it's going to try to do claws at you. And that's going to be 15 to hit. Nope. All right, it swipes at you and you block it with your great axe. Or actually, are you using a great axe?
I'm using my short sword.
You're using a short sword, so you just kind of parry its claws out of the way. It's going to stay where it is because it just wants to take care of you because you're in its way. Next up is direwolf number 1. This direwolf is bleeding profusely, but it is so pissed off that it is going to take another snap at you, Cruz, just desperate to try and get a hit on you. That is going to be 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. It manages to get its claws around your arm, and you're going to take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's direwolf number 2 is the one that you had the thing on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it for its turn. Next up is direwolf number 2, and it's going to attempt to do the same, attempting to bite attack against you. Oh, I forgot. It gets to roll with advantage. That's still a shitty roll.
I'm so sorry, I left you.
Well, I guess with the bonus, it's not that bad. It's a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And it's going to do 2d6 plus 3 damage. That's 4, so 7 points of damage, and it takes half that itself.
It was I believe.
Because it was direwolf number 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes.
I was just trying to check something.
Okay, so you take 7 points of damage. It takes 3. All right. And now we are back up to werewolf number 1 with Veryn still riding it. It is just going to attempt to claw at you from above. And that's going to be... Oh my god, that's a natural 2.
No.
What? This werewolf is just having a really bad time. That's a 6 to hit.
I was gonna say if he has a plus 17 to hit, then he hits, but
Got a thumb in its eye, a fork in its mouth. It's not.
I know. It is so angry right now because it has tried everything to get at you, and you're on top of it. He can't even hit you. Oh my god. He's just gonna stay where he is because he's just so frustrated. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He just wants you off of him. Jeez. Next up is Alina.
Okay. I'm gonna hit it with my short sword again.
Okay. Make an attack.
That's a natural 1.
Oh.
No.
You swipe. You strike at it with a short sword, and you end up. He just kind of dodges, and you just end up striking the bar countertop.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it again.
All right.
That's another natural 1.
You're just slicing up this bar. Not hitting the wolf, but slicing up the bar.
What did you do to me?
Breaking wine bottles everywhere. Just
God damn it!
oh, I know why. It's because what you're doing for Veryn.
What am I doing for Veryn?
You've left her there.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's because she's drawing Veryn.
Oh, well. Oh, right.
You gave me your bad mojo, man.
Do you want to move anywhere? Or you want to stay where you are?
No, I'm gonna stay right in front of you.
Stay where you are. Okay. Next up is Cruz.
Going into dice too.
Alright, I'm gonna attack Direwolf 1 with my great axe.
All right.
Ooh, that's a natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Some of us at least have to get
That is an 11 plus 3, 14.
You raise your great axe, and this poor wolf. What?
Did you double it? Because it's...
You honestly don't need to, because he raises great axe, and this poor wolf is on his last legs, and it just crawls, and you basically just swipe down and just cleave its head clean off. So dire wolf number 1 is headless.
Jesus.
But he's still moving now.
Oh no.
I hope not.
No, I don't think so. No, not with wolves. All right,
Direwolf.
dire wolf number 1's gone. Do you want to move anywhere, or you want to stay where you are?
I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Next up is Veryn. Still riding the bucking bronco.
God, I don't even know what to do with this.
Fork just stuck in its mouth.
Can I try and like
Got another
force its mouth closed?
Yeah, you have to make a strength check.
Okay, I'm just gonna like pound on its head and be like, "Gah, gah, gah."
Right. Contested strength roll.
That's a natural 20.
That's a 5 on my end. So you managed to force its mouth close, and it's just kind of growling and choking. Anything else you want to do?
I just want to like maintain that grip and hopefully like drive the fork further up into its mouth.
Okay, you're gonna try and make it choke on the fork.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're staying where you are then. So that was werewolf number 1 that has the fork in its mouth. Fork in mouth. Okay, next up is actually, I would say that because it's still touching silver, I will give it half a d4 of damage because the silver is in its mouth. So
Cool.
that will take 1 point of damage because it is still touching silver.
Awesome.
All right, next up is where are we at? Direwolf? No, that was Veryn. Mira.
Okay. So am I like? So I can go into their room?
You can either, you've got 2 ways that you can go into the room. You can use your full movement to, actually, it'd be shorter for you to just go through the door that goes into the hallway, and then go through there into their guest room.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
You're gonna do that, okay? You run up to their door. The door is shut and latched. What would you like to do?
This is a vampire hunter also. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
You don't know.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I'm gonna go ahead and fuck. I'm gonna like bang on the door because like she's not that strong. You don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna believe in her strength. I am going to kick down the door.
Okay, make a strength check.
Okay, that is. Where's my 5? That is a 12.
12, that's just
Yeah.
enough. You burst down the door and you see you only see Ismark in there, and he's gripping his short sword. Is that a short sword? I believe it's a short sword. He's gripping his short sword, and he immediately like turns towards you, or he's already facing you because he's facing the door, and he just holds his short sword ready, and he's like, "What's going on?"
Where's your sister?
And he kind of looks. He looks towards kind of on the side of the door, and there's that big wardrobe, and he just kind of gestures over there.
Okay, I'm gonna like. Wait, do I know if his short sword is silvered by any chance?
It is not silver. They did not have any silver weapons.
Okay, I'm gonna throw him my spoon, and I'm going to go up to the wardrobe and be like, Irina, take my spoon, take the spoon. So I have 5. And I'm like, we need to go right now.
So you pull open the wardrobe, and Irina's in there. She's just like, she's completely terrified. She doesn't know what's happening, and you just start throwing spoons at her. And she's like, what am I supposed to do with these?
Whatever, you can't.
What? Okay. When you say we gotta go, Ismark's just like, where can we go? We can't leave the house. As long as she's inside the house, she is safe. Vampires cannot enter residences. And the inn would count as a residence because the Mordecai family lives there.
Yeah, I don't think the best would be like to take her out. Maybe hide her somewhere more safe in the inn.
Yeah.
So like a basement.
We don't know. With that, what would be a perception check to see if I saw like anything floor? Like anything
if you,
where I could hide them?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
That is a fucking 8 plus 12. So yeah, 12.
12. Okay. You do not recall of anything specific. I mean, there's just like the rooms, there's the bar, there's the stables, but those are clearly not safe. But you don't really, you can't really tell of any specific place that would be safer to hide her, other than the wardrobe that she was hidden in the first place.
You could stay there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there.
You're just gonna stay there?
Danica. Yeah, I'm just gonna yell out for Danica. Danica, please, or Donica. Danica.
Okay. You stay there and you start screaming for Danica.
Yeah.
All right. And next up is Werewolf number 2, which is fighting Alina currently. It's going to attempt to do another claw attack against you. And that is a 14 to hit.
No.
No, God. I'm just not hitting you guys at all with these things.
I
Okay.
haven't taken any damage.
I know. You were just parrying this frantic werewolf like crazy.
I'm just excited I get to hit something. I'm excited.
All right. Let's see. Direwolf 1 is gone. So Direwolf number 2 is going to attempt to bite at Cruz. It no longer has advantage because his friend is dead. My friend is dead. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a 6 points of damage. Cool. And it takes half that still? Or is that just for one round?
It's just for 1 round.
1 round? Okay. So it's just 6 points of damage. And next up is... oh no, here we go. So at this point, you hear Veryn and Alina. You both hear one of the side doors of the stables burst open.
Oh shit.
And and immediately you see Rictavio come bursting in through the side door.
Time.
Help. We're like right downstairs.
A little fucking.
Let's see, bursting through. Let's see, 1, 2. He can't get close enough to actually hit anything, but he gets up right next to Alina.
Okay.
And let me see. Let me just double check something real quick.
Can I use like a free action to like point him over to like the werewolf bear inside?
He can see very clearly that this insane stuff that's happening right now.
Because like I've hit this one, but like that was taking like 4 points of damage.
Okay. It sees the ridiculousness of what is going on, and Veryn just kind of writing this thing, and he just kind of shakes his head, and from his from his vantage point, he is going to point at Veryn. Oh wait, actually, is it range 30 feet? Yeah, he can hit you. Point at Veryn, and he's going to cast Sanctuary on you.
Nice.
So that is one slot down. That is pretty much all he can do with this turn. Next up is... see, that was Rictavio on that one. Next up is Werewolf number 1. And it's going to try and strike at you again, Veryn, because it's so done with having you on top of it.
That's fair.
Okay, that is a 12 to hit.
No.
Oh my god. And again, it is so pissed off. It still has you on it. Let's see. I'm going to have it do... what would this be? He wants to try and, like, cough out the fork.
Constitution, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's try
Wouldn't
and...
it be strength try and open its mouth from Veryn's
Oh, that's right. You're still holding its mouth closed.
Yeah.
It's going to try and open its mouth.
Is that a contested strength check?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll do
God.
that.
I'm good at those. Wow, holy shit.
That's a 19.
That's an 18.
Oh!
I rolled a 19 with that -1.
All right, it manages to open its mouth, and I'll see if it can actually spit out the fork. That's probably going to be a no. No, it rolled like a natural 5. It's still the fork's still in its mouth, and it's still, but it got your hands off of its muzzle.
That's fair.
And since the fork's still in its mouth, it takes 2 points of damage, because it's still touching silver.
Whittling it down.
Okay. Next up is Alina.
It won't get a natural 1 twice.
Oh wait, you're. Oops. Okay, never mind.
No?
You're fine. No, it's you. I forgot where you were. You're fighting werewolf number 2, so you're not actually next to Rictavio. Rictavio is just there with Veryn.
It's gonna be a 14 again.
14.
I'm getting lots of times.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. No, wait. Oh, shit. 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage
Yeah.
to werewolf number 2.
And I'm gonna hit it again.
All right, go for it.
10.
That does not hit, but at least you managed to get one strike off it.
At least I got something off this time.
Yes,
So
you managed to hack part of its arm, and it is bleeding, but it does not look it does not look that hurt because you've only hit it a couple times. Do you want to move anywhere? You want to stay where you are?
unless I can get closer to it, but I'm just gonna. If I'm like in front of it, I'm just gonna.
You're right up on it already.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. And next up is Cruz.
I'm gonna hit that great axe with the. Oh no! I'm gonna hit that direwolf too with my great axe.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not great. That's a 7 to hit.
Ooh, no, that does not hit. So you swipe at this dire wolf, but this dire wolf has taken very little damage and manages to easily avoid your strike. Do you want to move anywhere or stay where you are?
No, I'm just gonna call it a bitch.
Okay. The wolf doesn't seem to respond to that. All right, next up is Veryn.
I shout, does anybody have anything silver?
Rictavio calls out, or he already has a silver short sword, or was it short sword? Oh, yeah, he's got his, he had a cane, and he kind of twists the cane and pulls out his sword, and he's like, I got you right here.
Throw that shit.
And he throw it? What?
Just do it.
He's back at it.
All right, he's going to make a dexterity check to see if you can catch him throwing you the cane or
We're
the
just
sword.
passing weapons around.
Pretty much. You had a fork, and you had... Make a dexterity check.
Swords, short swords.
Okay, that's a natural 20. Holy shit.
Oh, nice. So
Damn.
you catch it with flourish.
Okay, what was that? Bonus? Free? Move?
I would say there's a bonus.
Okay, so I'm going to use my action to drive that short sword, like, down through its shoulder blades.
Ooh, nice. Okay, go ahead and
Oh, I'm proficient with it. I love it. Okay.
make an attack.
That's a 16.
And that hits.
Beautiful. It takes 8 damage of the piercing variety.
8 piercing damage. All right. It roars back when you strike it. It's just alarmed that like what the hell just happened. I had a fork in my mouth. I still have a fork in my mouth, and
I'll choke you.
and then you somehow got a magic sword and stabbed me with it. All right. Do you want to stay where you are on top of it?
I do indeed.
Okay. Next up is Mira.
Well,
You have just So I guess are you going to try and move Arena, or are you going to leave her there in the hiding in the wardrobe?
how far is the? Can I go in the hallway and like do a perception check real fast?
Yeah, go ahead and go into the hallway and make a perception check. It is so hot in here right now. I've got my AC unit off.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice. What are you looking to perceive? Anything
I'm
specific?
looking to see if there is like a closet or.
There is just the doors to to Alina and Cruz's room, and there's the doors to the other guest room that was occupied.
Oh, wait. And is the other guest room Octavio's?
This one is not. No, this is just like an extra guest room that some of the other guests were staying in.
Okay.
You know that Rictavio, because he brought you up to your room, his room is actually on the opposite end of the inn, like right near where the stables are.
Helpful.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell them come with me. We're not gonna leave, but just come with me real fast. We gotta find somewhere else because I don't know. We just gotta. I don't know.
Okay. The only ways out, the hallway is there. There's the door at the end that you came in from that actually leads to the stairs outside. So if you go through that door, it would be leading them outside. Otherwise, you can go into the doors into either the rooms, or you can attempt to vault over the. It's kind of a balcony and the banister down to the first floor, but they would have to follow you.
Shit, fuck.
I mean, you can take them into our room that has a door.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take them into their room.
Okay, so you basically just take them right. You take them right next door to the other room, and then what do you do?
I'm gonna be like, hide the bed. Nobody suspects the bed. Just go under there, hide. And then
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my spoon.
And you want both Irina and Ismark to hide, or you want just Irina to hide?
Ooh, snap. Just Irina.
Okay. Yeah, Ismark is not looking too happy about hiding, but he does. Irina follows your instructions, and she scoots under the bed. Ismark is just readying himself towards the door of the room, just in case something comes through. Anything else you want to do?
Someone wake the fuck up, please.
Okay.
Excuse the fuck.
All right. Next up, actually, it's going to be the werewolf, but I need to get some water real quick, so I'll be right back.
How dare you? Oh my god, what a fun time this is, guys.
I'm just gonna take them to each room. I'm like, knock, knock. Okay, get out of here. Hide in
This
here.
is incredible.
I wish I could
Talk
play
about
longer
the fact-
sometimes. It's so late over here.
Can we just talk about the fact that I've been rolling too many nat 20s?
It is hot in here, and I'm running out of breath.
Oh, no.
Okay. Werewolf number 2. It is, let's see, still battling Alina. So it's going to attempt to, yeah, it's going to attempt to bite at you this time.
Bring it, bitch.
Has it? It hasn't actually hit you yet, Alina, has it? Okay, God, he's going to try and bite you this time. Oh God, that's a 14. Does a 14 hit? Oh, oh my God, this is ridiculous. It just snaps at you, and you just kind of go back and manage to avoid it. Jeez, I suck at rolling.
Can I use a reaction to try to hit it?
Do you have a reaction attack?
It's opportunity attack.
Well, it's not moving away from you.
Oh, I can only reaction is only an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, unless you have another ability that gives you reaction.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Like if you had like retaliation or something like that, you could strike back. Okay, so next up is Direwolf number 2, which is outside the stables fighting Cruz. It's going to do another bite attack against you. That is a natural 20.
Finally.
Nice. I got one thing. The wolves are doing fine. The werewolves suck. Oh my god. All right.
You
So,
got this. You're a big boy.
ooh, that's a good roll. That's 11 times 2 is 22.
Holy shit.
Ooh,
I'm
plus
down and out.
plus 3.
Oh, shit.
That is 25 points of damage.
This wasn't meant to live. He's down again.
He's down.
He's down.
Oh,
again.
you know why he's down? Because people keep leaving you alone.
But he's so big.
All right.
Shit. You're gonna die. The werewolf's gonna kill you.
All right. So you take Cruz falls unconscious alone outside with a direwolf
Bad.
by itself.
No.
Bad luck.
I would say Veryn make a perception check.
Okay. Okay, that's good. It's like a 24.
Okay. You do see Cruz, because he's directly outside the front door, fall before that direwolf. And let's see, what is his perception? So does Rictavio. So both of you guys do see that Cruz fell. And let's see, that's the only thing that direwolf can do. It's going to stay where it is. And next up is Rictavio. So Rictavio threw Veryn his silver sword, so he no longer has a silver thing to attack with. But he does see that Cruz has fallen, and so he's going to rush towards Cruz. He's going to take an attack of opportunity because he's got to go past the werewolf to get to Cruz. Because he does have Cure Wounds, but I believe Cure Wounds is touch?
It is.
It is? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's going to have to get up. Ooh, nope. Hang on. 5, 10. He's not going to get that far, even if he takes an attack opportunity. He's going to try. So he's going to pass the werewolf. That is...
And if he dashes, or is it feeding?
That's true. He can dash, but he won't be able to act.
Can
He can draw fire, though.
Yeah, he can.
Can
So-
that healing spell that I forgot the name of, can it be a bonus action or just an action?
Which?
Um,
Do you have
oh.
healing word?
Cure Wounds, you mean?
Can it only be an action or a bonus action?
Good question. I believe it's an action.
Hold up. Does he have healing word?
He does not.
I don't think he's of the bard.
Where is it at? It's action. Yeah. Okay, so he does get hit by the werewolf. That is, what was the werewolf? That was.
You can at least that and like lay on your unconscious body.
That's caught.
Trying to prevent you from getting hit again.
7. So he takes 9 points of damage from the werewolf. 9 damage. And he also has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my.
Really?
Oh, that's good. That's a good one, Con. So he makes it. Okay, good. He's fine.
I'm so sorry we left you, Cruz.
All right, so he rushes past the werewolf. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. He can get right up to the dire wolf, and he's going to park himself there, hopefully to draw fire. And that is it for his turn. Next up is werewolf number 1 with Veryn. It is going to attempt another strength check to try and we'll do athletics to try and buck you off of it because it is done having you on top of it.
That's fair.
It's been done.
That's a natural 20.
My God!
That's an 8 for me. So you are just like, you're like a tick, a giant like elf tick on its back, just stabbing at it and just. This werewolf is just so pissed off. That is no, yeah. It has no reason to move anywhere because you're right on it, and you're the only threat to it in this room. So yeah, he's gonna stay where it is.
Oh my god.
This is so ridiculous. Oh my god.
There's
Uh,
like this many 20s.
Alina, you are next.
I'm just gonna keep fighting this dude over here.
Mm-hmm.
And or I'm gonna try to hit it again. I didn't hit it the first time.
That was a 10.
Yeah. Okay, this is not so bad. This is a 18.
18 hits.
Yeah. And it's 8. No. Yes, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, and that is to werewolf number 2.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Just keep growling at it.
Just keep growling at it. Yeah, you guys are just like having a growling contest, snapping
I'm
each other.
I'm in a frenzied rage. I'm like just almost foaming at the mouth.
It's foaming with blood because you're hitting it, but it's not hitting you. Next up, so you staying with your?
Yeah. You should keep fighting it.
All right. Next up is Cruz. Make a death saving throw.
Fun. Delicious. That's a 4.
Ooh, one fail.
Cool.
All right. Next up is Veryn.
All right. I'm gonna just like take that short sword and just.
Just right down, opposite shoulder this time.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what? Let's make this interesting. For the sake of flavor, like, can I roll to hit, but like twist it?
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna do that. That's a 21.
that definitely hits.
So it will take 7 more piercing damage.
7 more piercing damage. It's going to do a con save to try and get that fork at it. Or no, I have to do that on its turn. Never mind. Yeah, I didn't give fork damage for Liz last turn. So
Alright.
he took 1, and that's 7. So that is another 8 points of damage total.
How's it looking?
He's hurt, but still standing, still looking strong. All right,
Alright.
you stay on top of it.
Yep. This is working so far.
Okay. Next up is Mira. You call out to the inn for anybody, and nobody answers your call. But you do, again, hear the frenzy of Raven cause outside of the inn. There's a fierce battle happening in the skies.
Can I? Is there like a window where I can see that?
Inside the room, yeah, there are 2 windows in the room, so you can look out and you can see the massive. Right now, it's basically just you can only make out just the fact that there's like 2 clouds of things in the sky because it's dark out. But you can hear from the sounds of the bat shrieks and ravens.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Ishmar, do not leave this room. Oh my god. And then I'm gonna go out the window.
Do not leave this room. Oh my god. And Ismark is just like, you don't have to tell me twice. I'm staying put.
Oh my
Okay.
Asmar. But I'm gonna go out the window and like head towards like the
Make sure you
raven.
close the window behind you.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the window.
Okay, you're gonna head up towards the raven.
Okay. Yeah, to the clouds.
Okay. I would say that you can probably get to like the first group of ravens. Right now, it's not really. They are kind of heavily mixed in. It's not like one group and another group. They're just like mingling all kind of in the same space. But you can kind of make your way up to the first group with your full movement.
Let me see. Okay. So I'm wondering if I could do like a burst of like, I don't know, radiant damage.
You can try if you have some ability that does it. However, because they're all mixed together, you will most likely hit some ravens in the attempt to do that. So you'll hit both bats and ravens.
Can I see do a perception check to see if there's like a being, like something inside of the.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
That's a 1.
That's a one.
Feathers in your
Yeah,
eyes.
you just see frenzy. You just see black creatures just flying around each other, squawking. And you do see on the ground, kind of below you, is just littered with dozens of bodies of both ravens and bats.
And do I see crews or?
Not from your vantage, because you're basically outside the front of the inn, and they're all in the back.
Okay, I am just. Ooh, wait. I think I'm just gonna touch Rita. I'm just gonna touch them one at a time. Healing hand.
You're gonna attempt to.
No, I feel like I would like be wasting that actually. um, God, fuck. Shit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up there and like
And just screech. Okay,
Yeah,
screech with your glowy wings. Okay, you go up there, and actually, now that I think about it, because you have like glowing wings, you are kind of illuminating a little bit of the craziness, and yeah, you just see just nothing but bats and creepy things. Well, the bats are creepy things. But let me just double check one small thing real quick.
They're gonna
Because-
touch you, you're gonna die. Well done.
You're all gonna die horrible
Speak for
deaths.
yourselves.
I mean, I have to take it down. I mean, Cruz is like dying. I'm fine, but
I'm
I have not gotten hit
I'm
once.
so sorry
I'm
I
so
left
happy.
you. I didn't
Let's
know anybody
see.
was gonna chase after me.
318. Just want to check one little thing about these bats. Nope, they're fine. Okay. Nope. I was just going to see if they could be blinded by radiance or anything like that, but nope. So, yep, so you're just going to stay where you are. Well, can't do any more movement, so.
Ooh, wait.
But
Could
what?
I cast light? Would that blind them?
You can try, but you don't know what effect it would have on them.
Okay, I'm gonna cast light.
Okay. You cast light, and it, what are you casting it on? Because I believe light you have to cast on something, right? An object?
On the ring.
On fuck. I guess like a bat and like a bat I see in the middle, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
cast it on it.
Okay, you cast light on one of these bats, and it just becomes this. It's such a weird thing. This poor little bat. It just becomes a flying ball of light that where you can't even see what features. The bat itself does not seem affected by it. It's kind of confused a little bit. It's more the ravens that are affected by it. The bats aren't really. Don't really notice it, but the ravens kind of all, you see this kind of poof of ravens that kind of draw back, and they are kind of blinking in the sudden bright light.
Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry.
All right, and I think do you have anything else? Okay, cool. All right. Next up is Werewolf number 2. It's going to try to do another claw attack against Alina. That is an 18 to hit. Was that hit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yay, got something. All right. That is going to be 9 points of damage.
I take half of that because I'm raising.
Okay, you take half of that, and I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh no, Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Hold on, 15.
15. Okay. You wince from the pain, but you are fine. Well, other than the fact that what?
Do you want me to round up when I take half or round down?
Typically round down.
Alright.
Okay, and that is it for that one. Next up is Rictavio. Rictavio, seeing Cruz on the ground, is going to reach over and cast Cure Wounds on Cruz. That is another first level spell. And Cure Wounds, I can remember how to do all this stuff. I haven't cast a spell in a while. Oh, I probably should be looking in the player's handbook and not the monster manual for Cure Wounds, huh?
I think that might help a little bit.
Yeah. That is 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. Oh. Oh my god, that was so bad.
Oh my god.
Okay, I rolled a 1 on the die. You get 4 points.
Cool.
At least you're alive.
At least I'm alive.
Yeah, so he gets you back up.
Get some time chunked out in that health potion.
Oh my god, that is just so terrible. I cannot believe how bad I am rolling right now. Alright. And that is it. He's going to stay where he is because he's right by the dire wolf, but he can't do any more. He can't do anything else right now. So that is it for Octavio. Next is werewolf number 1 with Veryn. Gosh. Alright, let's see. This time, it's going to try and slam you into a wall. Slam you into one of the stables. So it's going to move and it's going to I guess it'll just be just going to roll a general attack. Oh, that's not going to be a general attack without any modifiers. That's an 11, so that's probably not going to do it. Okay, so he tries to slam you and he ends up just slamming himself, basically. But I'm going to give him a con save to see if he can actually spit out that damn fork. No, God.
Fork damage.
Alright, he takes another point of damage from that freaking fork that is lodged in his mouth. Oh, he is just so annoyed.
I'm having so much fun right now.
This is so ridiculous. Alright, that's it for that turn. Alina, you're up.
Okay. Hey, please.
This is so
I was
ridiculous.
ready.
Oh, jeez.
Finally. It was
Nice.
my turn, finally. Okay, I'm gonna go with my short sword again. Okay, so 6, 7, 8. So I double all, like, plus the modifier? Plus?
Double the dice, not the modifier.
Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Oof.
And I'm gonna hit it again.
Nice.
That's, I get plus 5 to hit, so that's 24.
That definitely hits.
And I'm gonna try a different d6. Oh, yeah, okay. So I got the whole 6. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, another 11 points of damage.
Nice. Ugh. Man, it is pretty beat to shit at this point.
Fuck yeah. That's all I got.
It is so pissed off that like you've been like beating the crap out of it. It has not gotten a hit on you. Like he's got 1 hit on you, and that's it. All right, staying where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, Cruz, you are back up with what 4 hit points now?
4 hit points.
What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm gonna first.
Chuck.
First, I'm gonna use my bonus action to hex the wolf.
Okay. Does it take damage on that one?
No, it only takes damage if I hit it.
Okay.
And I'm going to down that health potion.
Okay. All right. So the wolf, dire wolf number 2, is hexed. And you give it disadvantage on something, right?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna give that disadvantage on strength checks.
STR. Okay, cool. All right. Anything else? Do you want to move anywhere?
Oh,
You want to
no.
stay where you are? Okay.
I'm staying where I am.
Stay where you are. Okay. And next up is Veryn.
All right, let's hit him with that sword.
All right. Go ahead.
That's a 26.
26 to hit.
Oh.
That definitely hits.
He takes 6 piercing damage.
6 piercing damage. All
I'm
right.
going to remain where I am.
Cool. So you were just stabbing it repeatedly.
I'm just sitting here because like I have 1 sword and my fork is in its mouth, so all I can do is just hit it once around.
Yes. All right. Next up is Mira. So you are out there. You've effectively blinded a couple ravens. They're not blinded. They're just kind of startled by the fact that there's some bright light right in front of them, and this thing is just like flying around like in a frenzy, and the ravens are just kind of confused. But you did illuminate them so they can definitely see where it is.
Are they still like? Are they still all together, or did most of the ravens move back? Or like
No, they moved back for a brief moment, but then they just kind of collided again once they figured out what the hell that was.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, because I thought of something. I was like, okay, fucking ass. Okay, I'm gonna cast it again on a bat and tell them like, stay back. And then once I see that they like the ravens have like startled and moved back, I'm gonna throw some oil, just throw as much oil as I can on as many bats.
Okay. What kind of oil do you have? Just regular, just a vial of oil.
Flask oil.
Okay, so you, I would say, let's see, make a dexterity check to see if you can actually not get any of it on a raven.
Oh God! Please. Can I add my modifier?
What'd you get?
11.
Okay. You splash the oil. As far as you can tell, you got it as many bats as you can, but you don't really know for sure. It just kind of splashes out.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Okay. Do you want to move anywhere, or you want to?
I'm gonna yell out, Strahd, I fucking know it's you. No, Mira would never cuss. I know it's you, you evil vampire thing. Don't think I would have blown this shit up.
She's still cussing.
Just take out the cussing. That's me.
Okay. Are you gonna stay where you are? Or are you gonna move?
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. All right. Next up is werewolf number 2. Gonna attack Alina again with his claws. Gonna try and actually get a hit on you at this time. That is a 14 to hit.
Oh.
Jeez. Oh my God. You were just dodging out of the way of it.
I got this.
Yes. And it is incredibly frustrated. All right. Next up is direwolf number 2. It sees Rictavio come back looking very healthy, and it's going to snap at him with a bite.
Cruz or
Victavio, because Rictavio is kind of the immediate threat right now. And it's going to miss, because that's an 8. Jeez. It just snaps at Rictavio angrily, but Rictavio just kind of dodges out of the way quickly. Next is Rictavio's turn. Seeing the direwolf snap at him, he is going to... Let's see, he lost the sword, because he gave it to you. Does he have anything else to attack with? I just didn't even think about this. Actually, he does. He has the cane sheath for the sword, so he's going to try to strike the wolf with the cane.
Does it have
Alright.
like the bottom? Does it have silver on the bottom?
It does not. That'd be great if it did, but this is a regular wolf,
Alright.
so it's not a big deal. Oh, that's actually a good roll. Okay, that was that is a 21 to hit, so that definitely hits that. It takes 1d6 plus 1. That is 5 points of damage against direwolf number 2. All right. Let's see. And I think that is it. You know what? I just realized, and I didn't even think about that. Did the werewolf never got a hit on you, right, Veryn?
Correct.
Okay. I forgot that Rictavio cast Sanctuary on you.
Oh yeah, I didn't keep track of it.
So he should have actually been making wisdom saves every time he tried to attack you.
It's okay.
So next time, I will remember. The werewolf number 1 still has to do the wisdom save, but he didn't hit you, so that's fine. Okay. Next up, Rictavio is going to stay where he is, and werewolf number 1 is going to make his wisdom saving throw. That is a fail. Oh my God.
Oh
That
my.
is a God, this is so bad. That's 13 against his 14. Nope. He fails the wisdom, so he goes to try and attack you and just is willed against it. So instead, there's no one else in the room with you for it to attack, but it's going to turn and see Rictavio. And it's going to attempt to rush out of the room, but it's got you on its back, so it's only moving half speed. So he doesn't quite get to Rictavio, but he gets about within like 10 feet of Rictavio.
Okay.
So you are basically right outside the barn doors
how you
with
doing?
him on top of this werewolf number 1.
It's a party.
And that is it for his turn, because he can't attack anything. Next up is Alina.
Oh. Yeah, not a natural, but a 20.
Nice, that hits.
Oh, I like this. D6. 6 plus 3, so 9 plus 2, so 11.
11 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right, this werewolf, you hack through like most of its throat. It's still standing, but you can tell that it's about to fall. Like it's almost like its head's about to fall off, and it is barely holding on to consciousness at this point.
Well, I'm gonna attack it again,
All right.
and that's the 15.
15. That hits.
And it's gonna be a 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9
All right.
damage.
9 points of damage, and you basically hack through its throat, and you finish it through, and just cleave its head clean off. And werewolf number 2 is down.
Pictures.
And as it falls to the ground, the head kind of rolls, hits the countertop of the bar. You see the fur start to recede into its skin,
Oh!
and until you recognize a human being, and you look at its face, and you recognize this as being one of the humans that you passed by on the road to Vallaki. Like you guys were at the gates of Barovia, and Veryn was questioning them.
Uh-oh.
You recognize this werewolf to be one of them.
Oh, those assholes, they
I
tried.
don't feel bad.
Why do you feel bad? They were assholes.
I know.
But still.
Just not feeling bad for people. It's like a thing you need to not do.
Stop feeling bad for bad people.
Me as a person, Veryn doesn't give a shit.
Uh-huh.
Can I use my full movement to walk where the other werewolf is?
You caught up with that werewolf, so you would have to go back around the bar through, so that would be... You would
Just as
basically...
close as I can get to it.
Yeah, you would get back to the door into the inn, so you can look out into the stables. But you don't get into the stables yet.
Yeah, just as close as I can get.
Okay, so you are right there. All right, next up is Cruz.
Cool. I'm gonna hack at that brick and dire wolf with my great axe.
Okay, make an attack.
Yeah, and wouldn't you know it, I got a 9 to hit, so that's not.
Oh, geez. Okay, so you hack at it, but you're still a little wobbly with your whole coming back to consciousness. So you miss it with your great axe and just kind of straighten yourself a little bit. Still getting your wits back to you. Do you want to move anywhere? You want to stay where you are?
I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Next up is Veryn.
I'm gonna just hit it. Because this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Just keep stabbing at it.
I think this is my first miss. It's 12.
That is that actually hits. That just hits.
Holy shit. Alright, its AC is 12. It can take, 6 piercing damage.
6 piercing damage. Okay.
How's it doing?
It's looking pretty hurt, but it's not. It's still moving strong.
Okay, I'm gonna just sit there and just, continue doing my thing.
Continue doing your thing. Okay. Next up is Direwolf number 2. Is going to continue its attack on Rictavio, who he sees as the big threat. That is Direwolf number 2. Oh, that's 19 to hit. That does hit Rictavio. And he's going to bite at him. 7, that's 12 points of damage. Jeez. What is his HP? Oh, there it is. Oh, he's fine. Okay, so he takes a good chunk out of Rictavio. He kind of bites him at his leg. And then next up is Rictavio, who is going to take a retaliatory attack against it. And it's going to... does he have any good spells besides... He doesn't have any, like, attack spells at all.
That's not like going for like an Empire Hunter.
Yeah, it does. Oh, I forgot to check. How long does Sanctuary last? I think it's concentration, but let me...
Minute, I believe.
Minute, concentration, okay.
It's actually 1 minute.
Okay,
If he gets
cool.
attacked, then he would have to go roll concentration.
Hashtag no concentration.
Hashtag no concentration. Okay, yeah, it's just going to keep doing his cane thing like an old man, just smacking at this wolf with his cane. Oh, that's a nat 20. Nice. I'm rolling great for Rictavio.
Yep.
Jeez, we're going to crap for everybody else.
Yup.
I rolled a 4, so that's 8 plus 1, so 9 points of damage against Direwolf number 2. All right. And Rictavio is going to stay... Actually, you know what? He's going to swing around the side. He's not going to break... He's not going to move away from the wolf, but he's going to swing around the side because he does notice the werewolf kind of coming up behind him. So he's just going to kind of move and position himself on the other side of this wolf. And then next up is werewolf number 1, who again is going to make a wisdom saving throw. That's a nat 20.
I'm so proud of him.
Why are you proud of... Okay, it's trying to attack you.
Wow.
It's going to attack you now.
Okay.
Because it broke through the Sanctuary's ward. Ooh, that was actually a good one. That is 20 to hit.
He hits. I'm so proud of my baby.
He does not appreciate the patronizing person on his back. Let's see, that's a claw attack. That's going to be 12 plus 2, so 14 slashing damage.
That's rude.
I'm so proud of him. That's rude. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Wow, that's a fail.
All right. As soon as he slashes at you, you feel this burning sensation in the wound that is not so much the slash itself, but it feels as if it's like entering your bloodstream, and you feel your entire... It kind of slashes at your leg, and you feel your entire leg start to throb.
Well, that's not good.
And that's it. So that was werewolf number 1. He's going to stay where he is. Alina.
Yeah.
You have just beheaded this werewolf. You're actually standing at the door of the stables.
Oh, can I get there with my full movement, or do I have to dash?
1, 2, 3. You can get halfway there. You're trying to get out to which, the werewolf or the direwolf?
The werewolf.
The werewolf. You would have to dash. You get like about 10 feet away from it.
Okay. Well, if I dash, I'm 10 feet away, or if I dash, I get
No.
to it.
If you dash, you'll get to it. Yeah, if you use your full movement, it's about 40 feet away from you. So if you use your full movement, you'll get about 10 feet away from it.
I'll dash and use my bonus action to attack.
Okay. All right. You dash up to it and make an attack.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. 23.
That definitely hits.
Yeah. Yep. That's not that great. 3 plus 2 plus 4. That's 4. That's 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage against werewolf number 1. All right. It is looking pretty beat up. Do you want to stay where you are? Well, yeah, you have to. You dash, so yeah.
Well,
So you stay where you are.
Yeah, because that'll be my movement and plus
Yeah.
my action, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So next up is Cruz.
I'm gonna take another swing at Direwolf number 2.
Okay.
Me and him. All right, that's a 20 to hit.
That definitely hits. Natural or no?
Not natural.
Not natural. Okay.
and he takes 13 damage.
Damn. All right. Ooh, that one is looking pretty bad. It is limping, but it's still standing. You staying where you are?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna yell "fuck" with me.
Veryn, you are next.
All right. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna stab it again.
Okay.
Oh my, that does not hit. That's an 11.
That's an 11. That just misses.
There goes
However,
my-
I forgot he does still have the fork in its mouth, so it still does take 2 points of damage from the damn fork because it is lodged in his mouth.
Yay!
All right. Next up is Veryn. Do you want to stay where you are? I'm assuming right on top of it. Okay.
Yep.
Mira, you are next.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna cast light again to make sure to get like the ravens as far back as I can. Like, hey.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and throw a match at like the bats.
Okay. So you go up there, light a match. Make a dexterity check.
Is it just pure or? 'Cause it's
Yeah.
11?
Yeah. Did you add your dexterity modifier?
No. And then it would be a 14.
Okay. You fling the match, and you do manage to catch one of the bats that you threw it on fire. That bat screeches and goes fluttering off. You do see it kind of catch a couple more bats on fire. And it slowly starts to spread. You got about 5 different ones. However, you're unsure how much, if any of them are ravens at this point. You just see kind of a bundle. But you did catch a couple of them, and they are screeching, and you do see kind of see, they don't have very much out of them, do they?
I have like 5.
Yeah, at most. So you do see a couple of them kind of go up into little balls of flame and just fall from the sky.
Okay.
It doesn't do much to dent the horde because you're looking at hundreds. So you got a couple, but that's pretty much it. Do you want to stay where you are?
I'm gonna go to the ground.
Okay. You're going to go back. You would have to descend pretty much your full movement speed to get back to the ground. However, a swarm of bats will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
Take it? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, their bats are just kind of like nibble.
That is a 20 total. And you take 7. Let's see, 2d4, 7 points of damage
Okay.
with piercing
Okay.
damage. As you go down to the ground, they just kind of peck at you, but doesn't do a whole lot of damage.
Okay.
Well, actually, I don't know. You're kind of squishy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you are back down on the ground. That's about as far as you can move. Next up is Direwolf 2. That's on its last legs, and it's going to try to strike out. It's going to try to strike out at Cruz because you just like slammed into him with a huge attack last time. And that is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
All right. That is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Are you down again?
I'm not down, but it's not incredible.
Okay. And that's it for its turn. Next up is Rictavio. He is going to attack the wolf again with his cane. Oh my god, that was terrible. That is a 9 to hit. Where are the wolves? Nope, that's not going to hit it. He's going to miss. Yeah, that's all he can do his turn. He's going to stay where he is. Next up is Werewolf number 1. I'm going to make another wisdom saving throw to see if he can attack Veryn. That is 12. That is not going to do it.
Rip.
So he cannot attack Veryn, so he is going to move through the door and attack Rictavio.
Rude.
That is 12 plus 4 is 16. That hits him. That is 2d4. So Octavio takes 7 points of damage and has to make a con save. That is 6 plus 4. He does not make his con save.
Werewolves
And you
all the way
see,
down.
you see Octavio kind of stumble a little bit as he is hit with this attack. And that is it for werewolf number 1. Next up is Alina.
Okay, is the werewolf still in front of me, or is it
It moved a little bit, but you can get to it. It's only about 15 feet away from you.
Okay, so I'll move 15 feet.
Okay.
Let me know if I kill it, because I wanna. I'm gonna shove my sword into like underneath his like head and just like the 18.
18 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
And that's gonna be 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
How many?
8.
8 points of damage. Okay. That is.
And I can hit it again if it's
It's looking pretty bad, but it's still standing.
I'm gonna hit it again.
But I would say at this point, Veryn, make a dexterity check because it's going to kind of fall to its knees, bleeding profusely from all of its
14.
stuff. Okay, 14. You kind of tumble off of it slightly. You're just on the ground right next to it. You don't take any damage because you just fell off its back. But it is currently kind of kneeled down, bleeding profusely from the numerous wounds that you have inflicted upon it. So
I can hit it again with my bonus action. It's gonna be
Yep.
a 13 to hit.
13 to hit hits.
Yes. Okay. So 6, 9. That's 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage, and that werewolf takes its final breath and just collapses on the ground, slobbering face next to Veryn. You still see the fork kind of lodged in its open mouth with its tongue just kind of lying out.
Just like,
I'm gonna shove my the short sword just straight up into his skull.
Yes.
I'm just
with
sitting
a
like,
scream.
thanks for the late entrance. You got Starbucks?
Me? I killed 2 werewolves, but I don't know what you're talking about. Miss shove a fork down his skull. How many werewolves did you kill?
Almost one.
I killed 2, exactly 2.
All right, next up is Cruz.
I'm gonna slice that direwolf.
All right, go for it.
It's an 8 to hit.
Oh man, you are not on your good legs. You're shaky and you're just missing it, just slamming right into the ground. Do you want to move or stay where you are?
Stand where I am.
All right, Veryn, you were up. You just tumbled off of this werewolf. It is lying bleeding next to you.
So I know both the werewolves are dead. What are we looking at right now?
You got one really damaged direwolf, and that's all. That's all you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far away is it from me?
It is it's actually just right next to you.
Okay.
It's kind of diagonally from you.
Okay, I'm going to shove Octavio's sword back at him and just go to town on it.
All right. Go ahead and make your attacks.
All right. We're looking at, wow, that's shit. A 15.
15, that hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay. It takes 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 bludgeoning damage. And that wolf, you basically just shove a sword and just do a flying punch, and that just knocked that wolf straight out, and it is down. So you guys have managed to kill well, you did a good job on that werewolf, too.
I did.
So you guys have managed to kill all the baddies in this vicinity.
Oh my.
And that is where we will end today's session. You guys did good.
This was such an interesting session. This was so much fun.
I'm taking a sip from that last wolf.
I'm
I'm never
just
being
pull
nice
it
to
to it.
Veryn ever again.
Just
I
because.
killed 2 werewolves and you're like, oh, welcome late to the party.
I'm absolutely taking a tooth from that frickin' direwolf.
All right. You just pull out a canine. You don't even cut it out. You just rip it out with your brute strength because you're just so pissed that it just went to town on you.
Like, I want to loop the werewolf so we can deal with that later.
Yep, we'll deal with that next time. Okay, so everybody have a good night. Thank you for everybody who joined us.
I can't wait until all the nat ones I'm inevitably gonna roll next week.
What was it?
Or really, I would just wanna somebody commented on the chat. Darling Gibson, they were like, "Have a good game."
Aww.
They weren't able to watch it tonight, but they did. Wish us good luck.
Aw, thank you, Darling Jitsum.
Hey,
that is awesome. All right, and have a good night. I'm logging off.